Okay, okay, thank you for the translation. We are ready to start with the first session of our discussion. The title is New SMS Needs in Digital Learning Experiences, Models, Technologies, and Competencies for Continuous Vet. Okay, we give the floor to Mr. Triulzi, Coordinator SME Academy Avignone. Please, Mr. Triulzi.
Welcome everybody to our European Open European Workshop. Of course, I thank you, all the people who are now listening to us, and I'm very glad to have the chance to talk to you about a very challenging, interesting work that we have to realize in the next month, year, and I don't know how much time that we need to work on these new training activities. So the project Craft and SMEs that met lies within the context of the program Erasmus Plus Key Action 3. Now, as the introduction has been mentioned, that we are 5 representative organizations dealing with training: SIPA, EPFQL, EANS, GSV, and PMEC. And the consortium aim is exactly to select and collect the good practices in the field of craft and SMEs vocational and educational training, and to develop a coherent strategy towards the effective transition of craft and SMEs in new digital and ecological business environment. To provide insight and policy recommendations for the promotion of a VET strategy based on SMEs needs and in line with the economies and social prerogatives, and to focus on the SMEs needs in an era of uncertainty due to digitalization process and inequality of tools available for small entities using a sector-based VET excellence approach in craft and microfirms. And then the final is to disseminate the project outcome with SMEs and public and private stakeholders. So as you can see, we have a lot of aims. I'm very glad that we can share with all our partners the aim about this very interesting project. Now, the pandemic crisis that we are living, unfortunately, all the countries are living today, is also an opportunity because they have created a new space for developing synergies for organizations, business, stakeholders, and academia. And so I think that this we should take the good even in the bad conditions, or bad situations produced by the pandemic COVID-19. So we need now to make very, very important efforts to be aware and to be able to introduce such new synergies and also new training activities. The aims of our Open European Workshop is to discuss among the consortium partners the following topics. First of all, we have sent a questionnaire to over 20 organizations specialized in vocational training. And from these questionnaires, which we have received only recently, we hope to be able to draw some useful considerations on how to design the professional profiles required by the SMEs and craft. Second, we think that it's very important to give the voice to the operators in specialized fields. There are many, many sectors which are involved in training. I just put it some of them. To better understand and facilitate the adaptation of the workers to the competencies they need. Then also we are facing, and we all know, a new scenario which is not so positive in terms of the impact of the COVID-19 crisis to our enterprises, especially crafts and SMEs enterprises. Now, there is a question that is coming to all of us, I think, that do we have to reconsider, to reimagine perhaps the policies relating to incentives to enterprises? Because I think only the financial support is not enough. It's very important, and I know that all the countries are now introducing a lot of incentives to help enterprises. But I think that we also need to design new training courses that to translate and that to be able to translate into new employment. The life that we have on now will be very different, as we know, and of course even our training courses have to change in order to be able to translate into new employment. The aims of the Accademia Avignone. Accademia Avignone is an international non-profit organization based in Brussels, whose aim is to support business strategies for craft small and medium-sized enterprises. I'm the scientific coordinator of a group of experts coming from different countries who, through the VetNet project, want to create a network for the exchange of experiences between organizations, social partners, and chambers and stakeholders involved in with training offers to changing labor market demand. I mean, this is the main question, to be able to offer a training that can change the labor market demand. And in this framework, we have attempted to have some preliminary views of organizations on the way pandemic and digitalization have shaped the needs for scale, survival, and best practices of vet across Europe. The pandemic crisis is changing our ways of working with new technological skill in all economic and social sector. As we said, life it won't be equal for the future. It will be not the same. Now, new forms of entrepreneurship might also rise, but craft and micro firms remain the majority. The vast majority are still in Europe. They need support for restructuring. So the automation and technological transformation open the way to new occupations. They generate changes continuously in the organizational structures within companies, and they require highly qualified professional profiles and constantly evolving digital skills. As a university lecturer, I'm forced to face new ways of teaching. This is, I promise, it's really a challenge that every day we have doing our lecture online all the time. But at the same time, I have to check the students' readiness for change in learning, which is another problem that we have to face, not only to teach, but also to be able to understand that they can follow, that they can ready for change in learning. I think that this is a challenge that nobody can avoid. Teachers, trainers, trainees, young people, adults. I think that we are in front of a change that will really make a difference our life. Seeking with the training organizations to anticipate the technological changes can help us in finding better solutions rather than undergo them. Now, it is important, I just want to stress you that the Accademia Avignone is really working and in trying to understand the needs of the small medium enterprises. And we want to be able to create a network and to network our skills, and in order to be able to help them in this new possibility of increasing their skillness through training online. And this is also a very important, is one of the main important aim that our organization is having, really very straightforward for the future. Now, the opportunity to extend this network of practices with other EU craft training institutions, especially if I think that in the countries where are very touched by COVID-19 is vital for a more constructive European social dialogue and cooperation. So I hope that this 2 days working, 2 days of the workshop will help us to understand a little bit better the needs of the enterprises. We have the opportunity to exchange our opinions. We have a lot of speakers who will bring their experiences. We are ready to open to new ideas, and we are here just for the first time, and this is why I thank you very much for being with us for the 2 days program. And I think that the only way to escape from the COVID-19 is to face new challenges and new ideas and new training activities. This is not an easy task. We will spend much of our time now to work on this direction. And really, I thank you very much for being here with us. And that's all I wanted to say to you in my very brief speech. I thank you again, and I welcome you all, and I hope that this 2-day workshop will be very beneficial, useful for our future work. Thank you very much. Thank you a lot. Goodbye.